What's up, y'all? This is the E concert scale video for B flat instruments. So that would be the clarinet and the bass clarinet and the tenor sax and the trumpet. If you are not one of those instruments, you're in the wrong place. Go find the correct video. All right, up at the top, please write E concert. That's helpful to establish that in your brain as a transposing instrument. So we know that. Then first step is always figure out your starting pitch. So we go down here to circle of fourths, and there's E. You always go 2 clicks counterclockwise. That would be this way always. So in order to transpose, you go 1, 2. So your first note is either G flat or F sharp. Us band folks tend to like flats better, so we're going to call it your G flat scale. So then I take that down here into these boxes. My first note is G flat. Good. Then I go write letters in alphabetical order. The next letter would be H, but there is no H. So I start over again at A and just go through the alphabet till I get to the letter that I started with. Then I need to know which of those notes are flat or sharp. So again, I go back to my friend the circle of fourths. This up top is 0 flats. And then as we go this way around the circle, we are adding flats. So 1 flat, 2, 3, 4, 5 flats, 6 flats. So we are all the way down here, 6 flats. How do I know which flats those are? That would be our good old order of flats here. It goes Beadjekuf, we've talked about before. So B-E-A-D-G-C. Those are my 6 flats in order. So I go back down to my letters down here. B, E, A, D. G is at the beginning of the scale and at the end, so both of the G's are flat. And then C. So another way to say it is, in this scale, everything's flat except for F. All right, so I've got letter names. Now I'm going next page and do some key signature stuff. So draw yourself a treble clef. Ooh, that's a rough start. Small loop, big loop, little tail at the bottom. Then I've got to write my 6 flats in order that, again, that's up here on this page, in that order from left to right. So the B is on the B line, and then E, then A. I'm just going in Beadjekuf order. D, G, and C. Those are my 6 flats. It should look like this cascading downwards staircase or whatever. So there's your key signature. Then we need starting pitches. So let's start with clarinets. Are probably going to start right there. And, oh my gosh, don't write that down. That's not even the first note of the scale. This is the G flat scale, which starts on that note. So that would be for clarinets and for tenor sax. And for trumpet. How's about that? Then bass clarinet's the only one left, so you're going down on the low G flat down here. So this is bass clarinet. Okay, so now we have key signature on, we have starting pitch, and be sure to use this starting pitch, whichever one is yours, on the next page when we start going after a fingering chart. Okay, speaking of fingering chart, we go to page 3, we need to grab one of those. So I'm going over to Schoology. I recommend using the ones on Schoology because they're pretty darn good ones. Me and Miss McKnight looked for them. So you're a B flat instrument. Let's say you're a clarinet player. So I grab that, do my quick screenshot, or you probably know a better way to do it, but I do it that way. And I go here, grab my clarinet fingering chart. I'm just going to resize it so I can actually see it. And then I'm going to highlight. And once again, I'm looking for this page, my starting pitch. I got to make sure I find that. And So if I'm a clarinet player, that starting pitch was this G flat right here. Okay. Then I'm using this first page, these letters right here. That's how I'm getting the rest of my fingering chart. So, and be sure to go in order through the scale. So the next note up from G flat was A flat. So I find that. That's not a highlighter. A flat. Then I'm just climbing up the scale to B flat. Make sure I don't like jump up here, right? That's not in order. I stay in order here. So I've got this B flat that I just highlighted. The next note was C flat, which isn't, so you notice if I'm highlighting this guy right here, this is a C. That's not a C flat, that's a C. There is no C flat listed here, but C flat is the same as B. So I know that. Then I have a D flat, and then I had an E flat. Then I had an F, that was the only one that was not flat, and then G flat up here. And then again, I've got to make choices about which fingerings I'm using, whether it's the left side one or the right side one, as I make pinky decisions and stuff. So y'all figure that out, or your band teacher will tell you. Okay, so now I've got that scale highlighted in order on my fingering chart. I've got key signature starting pitch. I've got letter names here. You're ready to turn this thing in and start practicing like crazy. Good luck.